Relationship is like pre-marriage. You are preparing to get married. This is a time that you have to open your eyes, notice the things that you would like and not like. If there are other things that you need to adjust, you have to adjust. But mostly when we're in a relationship, we overlook a lot of things. So today, someone about the topics that I was asking that you can bring along, someone sent me a message that they want to know the things you need to ask your partner before marriage. It's not only about asking your partner before marriage, but the things you need to know. You use your eyes to witness it. You feel it. If your energy, the energy that you are getting when you're around your partner is not really right, you're not happy, or the person makes you feel, intimidated, low self-esteem. These are all the things that you need to look for before marriage. Don't just listen to what they say. Look at what they do too, if it's in line with it. So today I want to outline and explain the things you need to ask your partner and know about him or her before marriage. The first thing that I want to talk about is the fear of the Lord. If someone has the fear of God in him or her, what does it mean? It's not about praying or playing major roles in the church. Mostly Christians, they will say, oh, he's active in the church or she's a singer in the church. Those things are just, activities that they do in the church. It doesn't define who they are. When you have the fear of God in you, it is about the relationship with your fellow man. You not do things to hurt them. You are polite. You are patient. You are kind. You have this kind of empathy within you. It's all about people. You are selfless. So all these things sum up for you to know that the person has the fear of the Lord in them. That is the major thing that you need to look for. And how would you know that they have the fear of the Lord? It's when you get closer to them. Because some people, when you see them from afar, they are different. The moment you get close to them, there are certain things you don't even like about them. So when you're communicating with your partner, it's not only about the activities in the church, but how do they relate to people? When they are talking to you, do they respect you? Do they respect your feeling? All these things you need to look for. After the fear of the Lord, you need to check up about the person's background. That is the second major thing, because that is where they grew up from. Their background influences who they are. Their personality now is all because of where they grew up from. Their parent. We have these genes. The genes, biological genes, there are some characters you can have them from your mother or your father. When during the olden days, before you get married, your family will go to the other person's background to check if there are any chronic diseases, or if they are quarrelsome, if they are thieves. All these things they'll get to find out. They will investigate before they agree that you get married. But because of modernization, it's difficult for you to do all these things. So anyone that you present to your family, they will agree and just come and prepare the necessary rites. Then you get married. So you being the one that is closer to your partner, if not anything at all, try to go and visit them. It's hard because most people, they meet their partners online through Facebook, Instagram and all that. So you think that just communicating with the person is okay. You need to find out about their background. It's very important. Some people, the moment they start talking to you for about 3 months, 6 months, a year on the phone, they become convinced that it's okay for you to get married. One thing that you need to make sure is that you don't just agree to get married to them without knowing about their background, because their background influences. That is where they grew up from. It's not only their parents, but where they grew up from influences or shapes who they are. And you don't have to ignore that. If you are a lady, you can go and you are closer to their family. You can go and spend about at least weekend with them. Because there are some characters that you see in their father If you are a lady and you are dating a guy, sometimes he will take some characteristics, behavior from the dad. If the dad is, an alcoholic, definitely some years to come, when you can see your husband in that, state of your husband, of your in-law to be. If you're a guy and the lady that you are dating, when you see the mother, some mothers, they are quarrelsome. They want to take charge of the home. They will interfere in everything that their husband will say or do. If you don't like that kind of behavior, you can maybe see that behavior in your wife to be. So those things that you see in the background of the person is very important, that you shouldn't overlook. Another thing that you need to be careful and try to find out is their genotype. That is why I mentioned earlier on that when the person is trying to tell you that I want to have a child with you without doing any test, how would you know their genotype and you quickly enter into marriage with them, or you quickly have a child with them? I want to tell the ladies that having a baby for a guy doesn't keep the guy. How would you know that they are having other babies with other women? Some men don't want to be committing themselves to one woman. They just want to have children. So when they start communicating with you for 6 months, how would you know that they are not communicating with another person? Especially if it's a long distance relationship. They tell you, I want to have a baby with you. They can tell the other one too that they want to have a baby with them, especially when they are in abroad. But if you're not sure of the person that you're getting married to, why do you have to go into those terms with them? So it's like you want to eat your cake and have it. You don't want to bring the person along because you are scared. Then you need to study them well to know the person that you are getting married to, because marriage is a commitment. You don't just marry because you want to have a child with them. Anybody who wants to quickly have a child with you by not knowing who you are, your background, whether they can live with you or not, and it's all about the child, that means they also have their selfish interests. You have to be very careful. When you find about their genotype, whether they are AS, SS, AA, you also know yours and see if it can be a match, because you wouldn't want to have a sickle cell child that you'll be running up and down the hospital like that. It's very stressful. Your blood group, all those things, you need to ask them. If they don't know, they should go and check. Anybody who wants to have a life with you would want to take their time to know the details about you before they commit. If they don't care about these things, then they don't care about you. They don't care about the outcome. They have their own motive why they are coming for you. Don't be so excited when they say they want to have a child with you. That means they want to sleep with you without protection. How would you know that they have some sickness that they can transfer to you? And another thing that you need to find out is the number of children that they want to have. You need to negotiate. Maybe you want 4, they want 2. You need to talk about these things before you get married. Those things about what food did you eat, what color do you want, it's not something that you have to be talking about every day. Oh, have you eaten? It shows concern. But the main thing that you need to discuss, you put it aside and you just talk about the day, how their day went. Have you eaten? Where are you going? All those things, they are the surface. The main thing that you need to dig about them, you shouldn't, put that aside and talk about their food. It's serious business when you're in a relationship, because when you enter into marriage, it's like entering into a room, a secret court that you can't come out. Before you come out from that marriage, the processes alone, the stress, it's not something that you would want to experience. It's when the worst is to happen. That's when you have to, think about how you can come out. But in the first place, you will be wondering, why did I even enter into that marriage in the first place? Because you overlooked the things during your dating period. How, how the person is, whether the person is introvert, extrovert. If you are the extrovert type and they are introvert, can you become compatible? Can you adjust? These things are things that you need to find out. Not only about asking, but you have to steady them. There are elastic limits when it comes to anger. How do they react when they are angry? Do they overreact? Do they become violent? Are they, abusive, verbal, abusive? When they're on the phone talking to you, do they make you have some kind of low self-esteem? Are they into, bringing you down? Sometimes they suggest things that are not things that will increase you. They're always suggesting things that will bring you down, decrease you. They are the little things that you need to find out if they can help you grow. Nobody wants to be in a relationship or marriage that will bring them down. If some suggestions that they are giving to you are not for growth, you should know that they cannot push you forward. When they discuss things about, your growth, where they want you to be, so you need to ask them their vision. Where do they find themselves in the next 5 years? They have nothing sensible to tell you. That means they have no vision. And if you have a vision, they can bring you down, because you look like you are so serious about life, and they are not. They are not ready to work. When you want to work, then they become intimidated. They think, you're going to have an affair with the people that you are working with. If they are busy with their lives, they will know how important it is to work, especially when you love what you are doing. So many people are into jobs that they love doing, so they go all out. You don't have to be in a relationship with someone that is always intimidated about the people that they see around you, because they are not ready for growth. When they see the people around you, they think you are going to leave them for those people that you are working with. And you don't need that kind of negative energy around you. Another thing that you need to find out is how they talk. Do they talk about people all the time? Gossip. Sometimes when you're talking, when you're in a relationship, like you're having a gossip partner, fair enough. But when they are always bringing about issues about people, their negativities, there's a possibility that when they are having issues with you, they will tell people. They can't keep things to themselves. When they are excited, they talk a lot. When they are in a bad mood, they talk a lot, bringing out all the negative things about you. There are some things, it's private. It's only between the two of you. Whether you are together or not, it should be kept between the two of you. Some people, when they have issues with you, then they start blowing off all the negative things about you, which other people are not supposed to know about. They are all things that can bring you down in the course of the marriage. So you don't have to waste your time in relationship. It's a serious business. When you get married, then you begin to relax. But when you're in a relationship, it's serious business, because that is a time that when you see those negative things, you can withdraw if you think that it's unbearable for you. But marriage is not like that. So relationship is 100% serious business. Go into it. Open your eyes wide. Don't overlook those little things, because those little things can eat you up and destroy the marriage in the end. If you think you can adjust to it, fair enough. You need to do those adjustments. If you have to negotiate about it, negotiate during the time of your dating. It's not after marriage that you can change the person. It will become worse. When you see that the person is so much addicted to their phone, always looking at their phone. Now, because of technology, we have, a third party in a relationship, which is our phone. When you are with them, do they pay attention to you, or they are always on their phone? They respect or they love the comments and likes that they get on Facebook. So they are always interacting with people far away from them, ignoring you who is closer to them. They are happy on their phone, on social media, than you who are close to them. When you see them so much addicted to their phone, you have to let them know that when I'm with you, let's put the phone aside and have time for each other. If they listen, that means they matter, you matter to them. So anytime that they are with you, they will make sure that their phone is aside. That means this is the kind of person who respects you, that you can have a life with. But when you tell them that you don't like it when they are so much onto their phone and they are not going to listen to you, how are they going to listen to you when you get married? When you have issues, how are they going to resolve it with you? Because the moment you have issues, then straight away they go onto their phone. They don't care to make amends with you. But when they put the phone aside, you know that they respect you. They would come for, they'll come for settlement when they have issues with you. You have to notice all that. Some people, they are particular about their dressing. They always want to buy new dresses, new clothes, new shoes, and new hair. They always want to wear makeup. So every time they're looking into magazines, watching programs, that those people, you need to also find out who they are. Because when they get money, the first thing that they will think about is their dress, their clothes. When you have a life with such a person, they cannot prioritize, where they need to start their life from. Okay, we need this, we need that. The first thing that comes into mind when they get money is to buy new clothes. How are you going to grow with such a person? It happens to both men and women. Some men, they are always into themselves. They want to make sure that they are looking good. Such men, most of them are womanizers. They want to appear nice to other women to see. Those women who are always into their dressing, they want to dress to kill so that another man will approach them. When you see them like this, you will love them. But when you get closer, you see that any little money that they have, they're thinking about new set of clothes. Such people, you cannot plan the future with them. It's difficult because they misprioritize their assets. They will misprioritize their finances, and everything will be on you. You'll be taking care of the things that are important, and they'll be taking care of themselves alone. Those people, they are selfish. So there are a lot of things that you can find out during the dating stage. Maybe because it's too long, I might cut them into, 2 and come again another time with what you need to know, because there are a lot of things that you need to know about your partner before marriage. So for now, I think I will leave you here with this one. If there's any question that you want to ask, just write it under the comment section or send me a message, and I will research into it and bring it out to you. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.